Welcome to Third Eye Champagne. I'm Kirsten, Langston, author and intuitive. We have with us today Eliza, my dear friend Eliza from Moon Pluto Astrology. Hello, girl. How are you?
Hi. I feel so shy all of a sudden. Oh my God.
So, guys, we have a major situation going on here. In case you didn't know.
A major situation.
It's a major situation. So we have two major planetary things happening this month. We have Saturn moving into Pisces, which happened on the 7th of this month, so just a couple days ago. And then we have Pluto moving into Aquarius. Now, Pluto is going to tap dance. It's going to hokey pokey back and forth between Aquarius and Capricorn. So we're not fully there yet, but that's also happening this month on March 23rd. What we're talking about today with our resident astrologer and author is Saturn in Pisces. It's a shift. It's a pretty big energetic shift. So we've been dealing with Saturn in Aquarius for like 3 years. So we've been kind of, in this Aquarian Saturnian energy. And this is, going from Aquarius to Pisces is a pretty big damn shift. So yeah. Eliza is going to tell us everything that we need to know. And I'm going to have a bunch of nosy questions because I always do. So of course, girl.
I'm excited for your questions. I'm really, really excited for what you're going to surprise us with. And as I said to you, I brought visual aids, although the visual aids are written. So I don't know if it's going to be, reversed backwards and all weird, but
that's okay.
It can't be helped because I can't write things backwards.
No, I think I can actually mirror it.
You can mirror it. Okay.
Later or something. I don't know. It's fine. Whatever. We like our visual aids.
And I wanted to keep it short and sweet, like just some essentials in case you had questions or your beautiful patrons have questions. So these are just some essentials for us. And is the king, is he going to be part?
He's napping.
Okay, excellent.
Let's right now.
We'll make him sleep through the Saturn talk. Okay, so here we go. 6 facts about Saturn in Pisces. You see? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it's perfect.
6, right? 6. It's not a whole lot, but it's enough. Because how much Saturn do you really want at a time? Not too much, in my opinion. Okay, fact. You ready, Kirsten?
I'm so ready for this.
Fact number 1. I have the dates here. Okay, so March 7th, 2023 until February 13th, 2026. So all of our math majors out there, you can figure this out. You can see exact. Now this of course includes the retrogrades, but it's not going to go back to Aquarius. This is full on Pisces. Okay, so keep that in mind. Yeah, this is a few-year transit, a few years. It's not like Jupiter, which is, around 1 year, and it's not like Pluto, which can be up to 20 years. This is 2.5 to 3 years, as you were saying. So it really matters. It's an intense chunk of time, but it's not your whole life, whereas a Pluto transit really can be. All right. So that was fact number 1 of my 6 facts.
I love this. I love that you themed it out. We have the visual aids.
Oh, yeah.
This woman came prepared, you guys.
Okay. See, and I even have one. So, it's the first. It's actually for me because I'm okay. So the second fact, I've got some Saturn keywords. And even though there's 6 facts, and on this sheet, I only have 3 keywords. Okay. So lessons, limitation, and long term. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Class. Lessons, limitation, and long-term. These are not all the Saturn keywords. So don't get it in your head like, oh shit, Kirsten and Eliza forgot all these essential keywords. And we can't tell you everything, but we can tell you what you need to know. Lessons, limitation, long-term. Now, this is true for all Saturn transits. This is just true for Saturn, but we're going to be applying this to Pisces. So we're going to talk about what that means. But lessons, Saturn as teacher. Limitation, Saturn as structure, and long-term Saturn as commitment. See, that's not so bad, is it? Commitment. Doesn't that sound good? maybe for some of you, not you, flight risks. No, you don't like long term, but that's why Saturn, kicks your ass. Okay, so that was fact 2. These keys, this is like the least you need to know about Saturn. That you're dealing with a teacher, you're dealing with structure, you're dealing with discipline, and you're dealing with time. That's what we mean by commitment here. Saturn was the god of time. Okay.
I just want to jump in and interject really quickly.
Please.
So everybody knows this. You guys, Elisa actually wrote the book on Saturn. She literally wrote the book on Saturn. It's called The Little Book of Saturn. You should buy it.
I have it right here.
It's available. I know it's available on Amazon. It's available, I think, at any bookstore. You could go to Barnes and Noble, type it in, and they'll ship it out to you. I read the book. And whether you're a beginner or you're somewhere in the middle or you're advanced, it's worth the read. As far as astrology goes, is also worth the read because she's a beautiful writer. But I want you to know this. You're getting a Saturn expert here. She literally wrote the book on Saturn. And with that, we can dip into visual aid number 3.
That was a lovely segue. Thank you.
Yeah.
And you know who blurbed my book for people who love tarot? After I wrote this, it was up to, I think it was up to me. I'm trying to remember with the publisher that I had to write a list of people, dream people that I would want to, write those little things on the book saying, get this book. And Rachel Pollack, tarot goddess, like she was the first on my list, even though she's not an astrologer. She was just such a huge influence. She said yes. So if Rachel Pollack approved, she read the manuscript, she approved of it, it's at least okay. It's good to go.
It's huge. Rachel Pollack is huge. Like the fact that is just godmother. Insane to me.
Yeah, she was I thought, I don't fucking care. I just want her name on my book. Okay.
Yeah, I would have died. I would have shit myself and died. I almost did, actually, just a few months ago.
Never too late to shit yourself and die. Okay, so Saturn is going, Saturn is in Pisces now. I'm still getting used to that myself, that Saturn.
It's only been a couple of days.
And Pisces has 2 rulers. I just want to talk about one today. I just want to talk about the modern ruler. So Pisces with Neptune as its ruler, so that we don't get too in the weeds about Jupiter. So you're probably going to edit this part out. All right. So Saturn is in Pisces now, and I'm going to give you some Pisces Neptune keywords. Okay, you ready? This is the 3rd fun fact. Did I say fun? This is Saturn, right? Can it be? No, 6 facts about Saturn. It is fun, though. Pisces keywords. Spirituality and mysticism, escapism. This is all Pisces. No boundaries, chaos, delusion, creativity, inspiration. What do I have? sacrifice and compassion. So this is some Pisces stuff. So we're going to quiz Kirsten.
Oh, shit. Okay, I'm ready.
So Kirsten, my darling, if Saturn goes into Pisces, if Saturn, the sign of the planet of structure, limitation, discipline, cold, time, karma, if that goes into a sign of flow, like water, compassion, love, what do you think it's going to do? What is Saturn going to do to poor little Pisces? Because think about it. There's going to be people all over the internet, astrologers, non-astrologers, saying, oh, there's going to be more Pisces. It's Saturn, people. It's Saturn. It's not Jupiter. It's Saturn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think what we're going to see a lot of, honestly, and this is one of my questions for you. Right. But I think that we're going to start to see a lot of restrictions and boundaries being put around what we do for a living. Because you're already seeing a little hints of it, right? Like with Saturn and Aquarius, you were getting all the fake Instagram accounts and these fake, pretending to be me, pretending to be you, pretending to be Linda, all these other people, and then scamming money from people.
Right.
So I think
fake accounts.
Right. And I think with Saturn and Pisces, I'm wondering, are we going to get either those people being limited or us being limited somehow? Are people going to, start the witch hunts again? Is it going to be back to, we're all frauds and this, that, and the other? I'm curious to see how it plays out, but I really do wonder how it affects our industry.
See, I knew you were going to have the right answer. I could see that. Yes, spirituality, a limit on spirituality. But it could also be a limit on spiritual bypassing. It could be a limit on the fake stuff.
Right, exactly.
But there could just be like a big sweep, right? It could be, everything that Pisces represents. So even though I had my my 6 facts or my fun facts or whatever, I still had another idea when I was reading some impenetrable paper for school this afternoon and getting very upset. I had a thought, and I thought, I'm going to share this with Kirsten and her friends. So I'm going to post it. Okay, so Saturn. Can you tell that I've changed since COVID? since I've been in school and I'm on Zoom 6 hours a week. I'm in Zoom school. I'm like, you can't shut me up now. All right. So Saturn in Pisces, we're going to do the lower vibration first. Mm. All of us, personally, collectively. And the job for us is that we have to learn how to be Pisces in its highest vibration, its highest mode. We have to do Pisces the best we can. So we could see those awful restrictions on our professions, perhaps. I hope it won't come to that, but that makes sense. Like, we could see that first, but then, I mean, on an individual level, collectively, ideally, I mean, Pisces is about the ideal. Ideally, we will all learn how to love, because for me, that's the highest vibration of Pisces. And Neptune is compassion, is no boundaries. So on the one hand, no boundaries is horrible, because if you have no boundaries, you spend all your money, or you're a drug addict, you're escaping, you're, addictions. But the highest or you give your love indiscriminately, like that's bad too, no boundaries. But there's a higher vibration of no boundaries, right? Like healthcare for everyone in America, for example, for free. That could be a lovely manifestation of Saturn in Pisces. Did that make sense?
Makes perfect sense. No, it makes perfect sense. So one of my big things about Pisces is the martyrdom.
Yes.
So do you think we're going to get an uptick in this, globally speaking, like, Jesus figures and stuff like that? And
I think so.
I think we will. Yeah.
I think so. And I think it'll also curtail it too. There's going to be a lot more. I think you're going to hear people saying, well, don't be a victim. Don't play the victim card. And it could be someone who is rightly deserving of sympathy, or someone who is a victim. And we're going to see, oh, don't do that. Because that's bad Saturn. That can be very bad Saturn, can be cruel, can take a terrible situation and have no compassion, right? That's low vibration Saturn. So I think we're gonna see that. We're gonna see it all. I think we're gonna see the higher, the lower, and everything in between.
Do you think we're gonna get, as far as right now, you've got a lot of you've got a lot of really scary drugs, right? You have fentanyl, you have people who are ODing on it super fast. They're hiding it in every single drug possible, which makes, you can't just go out to the disco.
Aspirin. Don't take your aspirin. Were you just talking about going to the disco and taking cocaine?
Yes. You can't go to the disco anymore and do the cocaine because they just lace it all with fentanyl and they kill people. I mean, like,
Kirsten, you just got out of the hospital and you're already acting out. My goodness.
Can't help myself. Can't help myself.
You Scorpios. Lady Lo-Fi says I'm funny. Hi, Lady Lo-Fi. See, I'm not watching both. I should be.
I've kind of been in and out of the chat.
My old lady glasses prevent it.
But we sort of have this influx of, like, all these drug issues and blah, blah, blah. But then on the other hand, you have all of this stuff where, psychedelics are decriminalized in Oakland, where I live, and people are really experimenting them, and with therapy, people are going, oh well, let's put them on MDMA, let's put them on ketamine. Those used to be rave drugs. Those were not therapy drugs. So I'm curious.
That's a big shift.
Yeah.
Regulation of it. More usage, more regulation. Yeah.
I think it's going to be really
label, as they say.
I don't feel that as a society we're prepared for this kind of energetic shift. I don't think we're ready. I just don't think we're ready, because it's such a fucking shift between Aquarius and Pisces. It's such a huge difference. If you know any Aquarians and you know any Pisces people, it's like oil and water. I mean, it's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's really not. So I don't think anybody's really ready. I know, like, the big news is Pluto, because Pluto never moves and Pluto's moving. Okay, great. But I think the Saturn and Pisces thing is going to hit a lot harder than people realize.
Yeah, and it's being overshadowed. I think you're right. You're right.
Oh, see, the universe agrees with me. The horn is honking.
Do you hear that? It's really, at least the construction's calmed down. I live on a construction street now. The entire street is being constructed.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding. I'm not
God.
kidding. It's crazy. At least it's quiet now. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Saturn and Pisces is being overshadowed by, I mean, it's all big news. Also Mars. Mars has been in Gemini for nearly half a year. It's going into Cancer this month too. So this month is huge. And I think, Kirsten, I think you are right on that. Saturn and Pisces is going to hit them, and it's going to be they're going to be crying, not because anything new has happened, but just Pisces and Neptune is the tears. It's the oceans, the seas. Okay. Fun fact, Saturn fun fact number 4. You hear it?
I hear it, girl. There's stuff going on out there.
Okay, so Saturn, so this is a little bit of a speech. So Saturn and Pisces, I should have made pictures. Why? There's no stick figures here.
Why are there no drawings, Eliza?
I know, right? What was I thinking? Saturn and Pisces is going to be different for everyone, okay? Listen to this. It's going to be different for everybody. And there's food in my teeth. But you are going to be asked, you, Kirsten, everybody, you're going to be asked to take responsibility for your spiritual life and practices, your spiritual life and practices. You're going to be asked to get real. So if you've been doing stupid shit or fake shit, like no more, like if you've been faking it in your meditation class, it's going to like turn against you. It's not going to work anymore. You're going to be asked to take responsibility for your boundaries, i.e. do you have any boundaries? Boundaries. That's number 2. It's so important. It had to be number 2. Your drugs. What addictions do you have? I mean, yeah, that's going to be interesting too. I mean, you were just talking about the drugs that are coming in and the way we're using different drugs differently, and what new drugs are there going to be. But more personally, what addictions do we all have? We're going to have to take responsibility for it. And your work, your path, your direction, that is true of every Saturn transit, but Saturn is changing signs, so we have to think of it again. Now, let me quote Freud. Of course, I couldn't come on your show without quoting Freud. We have to take responsibility for our dreams. Can't just and that's not a direct quote because I don't speak German. But your spiritual life, your boundaries, your drugs, your addictions, your work, your path, your direction, your dreams. What are your dreams? Have you been just like sitting around, not paying attention to your dreams, not working on your dreams, and just like, oh, there's a dream. Whatever. Okay, I had a dream. Like, he didn't mean dreams that way, but that's how I'm thinking of dreams. But what he meant are the dreams you dream at night. There's something to that too, because your dreams come from your unconscious, and your unconscious it's filled with all kinds of stuff that maybe you should do in this life. See, fun fact number 4 was a speech, I realized.
Yeah, there's a lot there. I'd like to also point out to everyone that Freud liked to go to the disco and do cocaine.
There's a story to that.
Yeah, he like this cocaine. See, I'm working in the Pisces. Everything that comes out of your mouth, I'm just like, let's throw. I got it.
All right, fun fact number 5. This one, I think this is the most important one. And it's a minor lecture. Okay, we're all about to get an education, all of us, all the signs. No one is left behind. We're all about to get an education, Saturn keyword, but especially the mutables. So if you have planets or points in Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, Sagittarius, this transit is special for you. Now, obviously, I don't know your chart, so whoever the you is here, everybody's charts, they could have all kinds of things going on. So it could be a monumental, incredible year for you, even if you're not a mutable sign. But these mutables, Saturn is speaking like directly to you, like extra. Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, Sag are going to have to contend with Saturn. And listen to this. Here we go. You ready? Are you ready? This is why I'm here to tell you this. Oh, there's Devin. Hey, Devin. Hi, Bernie. Okay, we are going to be tasked to put rules around an area of our lives that has gone unchecked since 1993. So this time period between May 93 and April 96, that's when Saturn was last in Pisces. That part of our life has grown wild, messy. That's your Pisces house. It has gotten just, we talk about cocaine at the disco. I'm trying not to swear. I know swearing is allowed, but I'm trying this. I can't blame you for the influx of bad words into my language, but maybe I can. Maybe I can. And I love it. But it's gotten messy in there. It's gotten effing messy in the Pisces house. And this is true for all of us, And Saturn's going to come in and say, we're going to clean it up. So Saturn as the cosmic lawnmower, it's going to groom it. It's going to fucking groom it. All right.
Yeah, right. So basically what you're saying is our Pisces house is about to get a Brazilian wax.
Like 20 Brazilian waxes.
Ooh, honey.
I feel bad that I didn't make stick figures. I should have next time.
Next time. It's okay. I'm going to invite you back for Pluto and Capricorn, or Pluto and Aquarius. So
cocaine at the disco. Hey, Lynette.
Yeah. Wow. So 93 to 96. Those were great years for me. I mean, I was in high school, so.
But think about this. That house, what does that house represent?
Oh, God.
Saturn has not been there.
It was all the hot boys is what it was.
Saturn hasn't been there for all this time.
Oh, is Saturn going to be more hot boys? Is that?
He might.
Is that where we're headed? Because I'm fine with that.
Well, I do have my cards.
Wow. Okay. So everybody needs to look back basically and look at those years and say, okay, what was happening? Because we haven't done that in this whole time period. I mean, we have not been there. Wow.
That was the most exciting fun fact.
I think it's really exciting. Yeah, that's very interesting to go back. So let me ask you this. So we know with Virgo, we're looking at an opposition. And then with Gemini and Sag, we're looking at squares?
Yes, those are squares. So that is tense. All of those. And then Pisces are getting the conjunction. They will have Saturn on their sun, or their moon or their ascendant. Yeah, whatever it is. So that's why I isolated them. That's why they need extra tender, loving care.
Right.
The mutable ascendant, the mutable sun, moon, for example.
Right. And also if you have, Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo, Pisces heavy chart, even if you don't have a sun, moon, ascendant, that's going to hit you too. So you should, it really, it's so funny to me because I expect everybody to know their charts, which makes no sense. But I'm like, do you know your chart? And people are like, no. And I'm like, well, what's the matter? Because I just expect it, because I'm around people like you and me. Like Aliza knows my chart intimately. Like she'll be like, da, 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 and I'm like, oh my God, she's so good. She remembers these things. And I can do it with other people, like even though I'm not an astrologer, but I know like my mom's, my sisters, like stuff like that.
What about Nancy? Is Nancy here?
Nancy is not in the chat, but she is actually just did her chart the other day because she didn't know it. She was one of those people. I was like, well, what's in the rest of your chart? And she was like, I don't know. And I'm like, you're 72 years old. Like you need information. She's gotta know. And then, God, what is she rising? Oh my God, I can't. It made so much sense to me. Oh, Taurus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's a Taurus moon, I think, and I want to say maybe a Taurus rising. But there's the chart had so much Taurus in it. It made so much sense to me because she's like obsessed with making everything beautiful. And her home is beautiful and cozy and, all of that kind of stuff.
Taurus is cozy. They have that coziness, don't they?
I do. I love the Taurus coziness. I do. So, okay. Is it true? Get ready for a round of true or false. Is it true that Saturn is in its fall in Pisces? Like it doesn't like to be there.
Yeah, that's what they say. Okay. I'm kind of careful with that kind of stuff. I that's what astrologers say, but you might have the kind of chart that Pisces is well aspected in. So Saturn, like let's say all your planets are in Cancer. You might be it could work well with you personally. But yes, I understand those things about the fall and the what's the other word? What's the other word? Detriment, fall, and like all like those rules. But I think more about the individual. Like, does your chart support Saturn in Pisces? Is it going to be getting along in there more than a more general? But yeah, you'll see that Saturn doesn't like it, because how do you structure a cloud? Yeah. That's how I think of it. Like, that's kind of crazy. Like, how do you, but yet it happens, and people are born with this. And another thing, you probably have this. You probably have slews and slews of clients who were born with Saturn in Pisces. Saturn and Chiron conjunct in Pisces, opposing Pluto and Uranus. Pluto and Uranus in Virgo, because that's like mid late 60s. Yeah, you probably don't even know it. Like, tons and tons of people in your life. So they're in their mid to late 50s now, around there. Those people are, they're having their Saturn return.
Yeah.
Other younger people are too, but that's a significant population.
Right. Very interesting.
But yeah, I like to be more specific about it rather than saying, okay, now it's just going to suck. Saturn's in Pisces, it just doesn't work. Yeah.
So just because I can only speak to my own situation. So, but I'm curious. So I have Saturn, my natal Saturn is in Virgo.
Right.
So that means transiting Saturn is going to oppose my natal Saturn.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Saturn transits are always about your stability. You know that Jenga game, Jenga, when you take out, like, anytime that you're going to have a Saturn transit, especially a hard one, like an opposition, like a square, like a conjunction, if you were to pull out, like, will it fall? What part of Kirsten's life does she need to shore up? I do think it's about work. I mean, even if I wasn't like thinking about the houses, looking at the houses, that would play in the association with the houses. It's still, for me, gonna be Kirsten's work, Kirsten's direction, her purpose, her path. What is she teaching? What is she learning? That's going to figure in no matter where it is. Yeah.
What's really interesting.
And stability.
That 2 days ago, right, Saturn moves into Pisces. 2 days ago, I get this bug up my ass. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it is a brand new creative endeavor that is on a massive scale, and I don't know how I'm going to pull it off. I have no idea how I'm going to pull this off. No clue. But it was like the minute it hit with Saturn moving, and it was just like, it came out of nowhere, and I was like, oh my God, I have to do this. I mean, I have to do this. And Elisa, she kind of knows. I've been talking to her about it. I said, I can't keep doing what I'm doing forever and ever,
Oh, and you know what? You can't do it alone. With oppositions is someone coming from outside of you. Yeah. So you're going to have to collaborate to make it whatever you want to make it. An opposition is always something external or someone.
It's going to be very interesting. But that's what I'm talking about when I say people aren't ready for the energy to hit, because I feel everything all the time. Like I felt it immediately, and it was like it's such a shift for me. You guys, when it really settles in, the world is just going to be like, oh my God, what's going on here? You guys, I'm telling you, you're not going to know. This one's going to hit.
Yeah, it's a rite of passage. Rite of passage, initiation, crossroads. I've been telling my tarot students, I'm going to be saying, or my patrons too. Sorry, eating. Initiation. The word initiation is on my mind. It's absolutely an initiation.
Okay, so fun fact number 6, the last one on the list.
And although I do have a bonus, I actually have extra credit too.
Yes, I love it.
But fun fact number 6 is we are saying goodbye to Saturn square Uranus. Saturn, principle of restriction. Uranus, principle of freedom. This was very tense and horrible. It was also a COVID transit. Goodbye, Saturn square Uranus. And hello to Saturn getting along with the Taurus planets instead of squaring them. So for example, Saturn's going to make a sextile to Uranus, a sextile to Jupiter, a sextile to the North Node, also a trine to the South Node.
Oh, nice.
Now, this is by sign. I'm not getting picky about degrees here, and the
Right.
nodes are going to change signs this year. But Saturn in Pisces gets along with Uranus, Jupiter, and North Node in Taurus. Jupiter's not in Taurus yet, but it will be come May. So this is huge. This is Saturn is supporting us, supporting all of us, supporting the skies. I don't have crumbs on me from eating.
No,
my
you're
crackers.
good, girl.
Okay. Hello,
Yeah.
Cancer. I always say that Cancers are they're the Sagittarius of the water signs. You know, that kind of Sag. I know that there's neat and buttoned up Sages, you know, and the Pope is a Sag, but you know the kind of Sag I'm talking about. That's the Cancer. Is we're the ones with the crumbs on ourselves.
That's Megan Davis. That's the
Yeah, see, and she's a Sag rising. Shout out to Megan, Sag rising Cancer. Okay, extra credit. All right, extra credit. Saturn this year is only going to get to 7 degrees. And that's actually not abnormal, but just so y'all know, Saturn gets to 7. Saturn gets to 7. It goes retrograde in June. And it goes all the way back to where? Can you guess? Where does it go back to? 0. It goes back to 0. Yeah. And November 4th, it goes direct. Oh my God. I've just been like yelling on your show here.
So I've heard, I'd like your opinion on this. I'm curious.
Okay.
I've heard that whenever you have something at 0 degrees or 29 degrees, that the energy is volatile and kind of crazy. Do you agree with that?
I mean, it's one of those things, you know, it's one of those things like, oh, it's a karmic degree. Someone who's 28 or 29 of a sign might be like super saturated for that sign. That kind of stuff, I feel like you can make a case for it, or you could say it's just fairy tales. You know, I mean, the business. I mean, you could certainly make a case for it, and you could say that person who has all their planets at 0 and this is how they are. But I don't think about that too much unless I'm looking at their chart, and maybe if I saw like everything, you know, like almost everything is like there's a preponderance of 0 or a preponderance of 29. But yeah, someone a little more mystical than me might. Although I am seeing the 1111s all the time. I
have a question.
I'm like the king. I wore myself out. I need a bone and some puppy chow now.
Yak cheese, maybe.
Yeah.
So before I let you go, let me ask this. So Saturn in Pisces is going to be beneficial to a few signs, correct?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
And which signs would those be?
Oh, that's a great question too, because I think the good Saturn transits can be very subtle. Like you wouldn't know it. And you might be thinking, oh, I saw on that phone app that Saturn was going to trine my sun and I didn't get anything. You know, it's like Saturn, if Saturn's giving you sextiles, if Saturn's giving you trines, don't be sour grapes and get all bitchy with Saturn, because your time's going to come and Saturn's going to square you and oppose you and be a little less kind. It can be very, very subtle, but it's stability. It's stability. It's help, support. So the other water signs, so Saturn's in Pisces now, so it's going to support Cancer, and it's going to support you, my friend.
Good, I need it.
Scorpio. Yes. And you do have planets in Sagittarius, though, so this is going to be a very interesting transit for you. Very interesting. You have a lot of mutable.
Yeah, I do. I have a Sag stellium, so yeah, that's going to be interesting.
And it's going to make sextiles. It's going to be helpful for Capricorn and Taurus. I am a little nervous because I've got a lot of Virgo in my chart, and Saturn's going to give me the oppositions. So that's going to be great. I'm just going to say that. All you Virgos out there, it's going to be great. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to see here, folks. Oh, Kirsten. Your South Node is Pisces, right? Yes, your South Node is Pisces.
Yes.
Okay, so Bernie's tired. She says this. That's folks should pay attention to that. If their nodes are across the Pisces Virgo axis, because that's a really big shift that I think is underrated. It's as important as sun, moon. Like you might not feel it in the same way, but you're going to see your life changing. So that's a big release for you, Kirsten, with South Node in Pisces when you get that conjunction, because Saturn's saying we're not going to do that anymore.
Yeah.
That's like a big goodbye.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, I've felt the energy shift like instantaneously. It's been pretty interesting. I felt that Saturn square because I've been under that Saturn square for a while, and it's hitting what? My Venus, my Sun, my Ascendant, and my Uranus. That Saturn square, and when it was in Aquarius, and ooh, honey, the last 3 years have not been kind to me.
Yeah.
Have not been kind. So I felt that shit. I felt the energy the minute it moved. I could feel it, you know.
My computer is about to, it's about to energy saver turned on.
Oh dear. Well, we have to, you know what? We're going to shift into our quick and our dirty. So I'm going to let you go.
Okay. I'm going to be on, I'll be in the chat. I'm going to be in the chat. I'll be right back.
You just got out of class, so now you can relax and get in the chat and chill out. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you so much to Eliza for being here, you guys. So here's the deal. You should book with her. Okay. Oh, we are thinking about doing joint readings again, by the way. So
yes,
we've been thinking about doing joint readings. If you want a joint reading, email me or email Eliza. And, you know, if you got one before, we were doing that deal. Remember, we just did them a little, you know, before I went to the hospital and told people, hey, you're going to lock in your rate. You locked in your rate. It's just like getting a loan. You locked in your rate if you got a reading with us in 2022. Mm-hmm. So if you want to get a joint reading, if you're interested, hit one of us up, email us, let us know, and we'll start, you know, putting a list together and doing that. But you can book with Eliza. I highly recommend it because she is an astrologer. She's genius. She's brilliant. She's an excellent reader. And you need to know. I'm telling you, there's too many shifts going on. You need to know, y'all. You need to know. And I haven't started opening up my readings yet. So she's your man.
That's yes, I am your man. Yes.
She's your man. So what am I missing? The little book of Saturn you can get anywhere.
There's that book. I've never had my books ready before. That's the second book.
Practical Guide to Magic, which I loved, which is so beautiful. It's just, oh God, so beautiful. Just one of my all-time favorite books. It's pretty. It's whimsical. It's really good. You get that book to like cozy up next to the fire and get some tea and something sweet, and you'll sit down and you will read this book all the way through. Like, this is the kind of book that it is.
I love that.
So you can find those anywhere. You can definitely get them on Amazon, but you can find them anywhere. And then also Eliza has a Patreon. So if you didn't know, she has a Patreon, and I will, I was remiss and I did not put her information in the box like I should have because I forgot.
All right.
But I will put the information, or actually, Lisa, you can put it in the chat.
Oh.
When you leave here.
Yeah.
But her Patreons, I've been a patron of hers.
I couldn't even remember what my Patreon. I think it's under Moon Pluto. I don't know.
I think it's Moon Pluto. Yeah. So I will put all the information when I load this up onto the collective. When it goes on YouTube, all the information will be there. But if you want to pop it in the chat too later, lady, that would be great. Is there anything else? I don't think so. All right, my friends. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You look amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, you're going to edit out all the crazy shit in the
I'm going to edit out the crazy shit.
But seriously though, thank you so much for having me back on. It's been forever since we've done the dueling banjos. It was really fun.
It has been.
I hope I didn't yell too much.
No, you're great, man. You're always great. All right, friends, we're going to say goodbye to Eliza and her visual.
6 facts. We did them all.
Just remember, if we do Pluto and Capricorn, we're gonna need the stick figures.
Okay. Yes. Yes. You know, you're right.
Don't leave them out next time.
Oh, wait. And you know what we're gonna do too? Wait. Hold on. These.
Shut up! Why do you have those? Oh my God! I'm so happy right now.
I have 3 because I sent 2. Things that need to happen.
Oh my God!
They're jumping everywhere.
I love those. I used to love those when I was a kid. Oh my God! I don't know why you have them. I'm obsessed with the fact that you do.
I will tell you the story. Oh shit!
Thank you so much to you. Bye, Eliza. you.